Good day. I'm going to make a Christmas tree, an LED Christmas tree that gets bright then dim, bright and dim. It's based basically off of this kit here, except I'm replacing some of the surface mount components with through-hole components. So I'm going to be mixing through-hole, surface mount, and then that way I can use any type of board I want, and then also make any type of design I want. The circuit is this, and that looks in focus. Whoop, get the thumb out of the way. So you can take a look at that. And this is the design, keeping in mind that all goes down onto this. This is going to be a cut and paste type video because I don't want to bore you with all my soldering. So I'll just include parts as I go along. So first I'll tack on the IC. Put on one, then I'll go to the other side. And next goes on to the transistor. I won't be cutting off any leads initially. And now we add the LEDs. So looking on this diagram, the first one has the cathode at B8, which is that side. So I'm just going to put a dab of solder on here. Hopefully get you in place. Okay, I've put the solder there. Got them in place. This time I put some solder on my iron. There we go. Now stuck in place. I hope. Clean up that end. Clean up this end. So this is going to go out of focus or out of range. There's the first one. And it's wobbly, but that's the first one. And I'll add all the rest on now. And presto, after just a few seconds, yeah, right, the LEDs are on. So, next component. And the next part is the through-hole resistor. I'm just going to lap it over top of the IC. So, time to solder. And now it's time to flip it over and start putting on the other surface mount parts. So, there is R3 going from pin 5 towards pin 7. I've still got to connect it though. So at this point, just a few minutes, a lot longer than that, later, I've got all the pieces, or I've got all the components put on. Now I just have to hook up all the wires to get everything interconnected. And it's assembled. It's alive! It's alive! What a mess that turned out to be. I'll probably redo this, and next time, when I do up a nice sheet like this, I will cross the traces off after I've done them. Basically, I had everything assembled and it didn't work. Just didn't work. And I checked one thing, I checked another thing. I came to the conclusion that maybe the chip, the poor little chip, had been fried. No, so wasted a chip. I only had 2. And I kind of just cut the other one out, fit this one on. And that wasn't it. What it was though, right down here. See if I can get this in focus. Right there, I forgot to connect the 100K resistor, or 100,000K resistor, and hence that was it. Also, in the process of doing all of that, I toasted out my first surface mount LED. That's the first one I destroyed, even though I'd had a few that I melted almost to a blob. That one never recovered. So, can you build one of these things using both surface mount, through-hole components? Yes. Do you want to? I don't know, because that was painful. But it now opens up the possibility that you can just take a standard little board like this, minimum circuit there, and then design whatever shape you want. I might do a happy face next, because this one was not a happy face. But hey, got it, and it's working. So there's the offending part. The 100K, actually I'm the offending part. I did not connect it up. You can see the other components, the 222 ohm resistor is not too bad. The capacitor there, well, it's wedged in quite nicely. Nothing like putting a resistor from the tip of a lead to a tip of the other lead. Now, oh, I also had a dead short right there, because underneath that wire is actually connected up to another one. Now let me just flip it over, and I'll just edit out the flipping. Okay, there's an LED. Those actually went in pretty good, except for the one I mangled. The transistor, yes, that is a big fat blob beside it. Now, the actual chip, the original one, probably had no problems, but I thought that was the problem, so I cut it out, and then I just soldered back to the leads because I did not believe this thing was going to get back working. So that's ugly, but the original probably did work. And this is what I planned on doing originally, was to put the wires on the other side, and that way there'd just be a little blob of solder coming through the hole, and then I could just put the LEDs on there, and it'd be a lot easier. Should have done what I planned. And there's one LED removed. It would not light. Oh, wonder why. And that one I'm not sure if that's got toasty or if it's just the flux I was using. Things improved dramatically once I used my homemade flux. So that's it. Have a good day. Bye.